I think today is a very bad day in the ACC offices, and I think there's a huge black cloud of concern now that's going to hover over that league.
Yeah, and Clemson clearly is the attraction. I know I know what you would have said 5 or 6 years ago. It would have been obvious who was next, but it's a little bit unclear now. After Clemson, which other program right now is the most antsy, trying to say get me out of here at any cost?
So I think the most compelling program, and perhaps when you go to the spreadsheets and pay a lot of money consultants, they tell you the most valuable is North Carolina. It has an unbelievable brand. It stretches across a wide swath of a highly populated state. Their football clearly hasn't been as successful as Clemson, there's no question. And basketball is only really, even a league like the ACC, a 15% proposition. But I think it's the 7th or 8th most populous state in America, Paul. And there's a lot of good football players in the state of North Carolina. And just as a school brand, I think it's the best in the entire ACC. And it's a school you could see go north or south, which I think is going to be valuable too. So I think if you're North Carolina, it's a fascinating institutional discussion you have to have, Paul. You say, do we leave our basketball roots? Do we leave our rivalry with Duke? Can you imagine realignment getting to the point where it shakes the Carolina-Duke rivalry from a twice-a-year interleague meeting? I mean, that's where we are right now, and those conversations are happening. And I think if you're North Carolina, you have to do that. And I'm sure you'd have to give some smelling salts to some blue bloods down Tobacco Road when you bring up that notion. But the world is changing, markets are driving the forces, and the pathway out is pretty linear. From there, Paul, obviously Miami has a great national brand. They haven't had the results, but they still do resonate. Florida State obviously had a generation of success under Bobby Bowden, and not a whole lot of success after Jimbo Fisher left there. So it is really, really a compelling moment in time in college athletics right now. But it's just like our old friends Woodward and Bernstein said, we're following the money.